Hello, Internet. This is Lord Mad Dog, and we are playing From the Depths. So this time we're going to go ahead and do a showcase on all the designs I used in Ashes of the Empire. So let's jump right on in with the first one, and that is Tanky. Tanky went through a boatload of different iterations during our playthrough with him. He went from wood to metal. He had his weapon changed from a cram cannon to advanced cannon, and he's now also was originally a tank. Now he's a hovercraft. There's just tons of different changes Tanky went through. I think at one point he may have been a rail assist cannon here. He's still got a decent amount of room left inside him. Because, well, the limitation, if you look here, he costs a good 51k with the 2000 volume, but that's because he's completely made out of heavy armor because I was not able to use metal to reinforce the insides. Otherwise, I would do that, and it would be a lot less costing. Okay, and this is its cannon. Not much to it. It's just a simple belt-fed cannon. It has, I think, a couple clip. It is not clipless, that's for sure. It's belt fed. Okay, and then here this custom made engine. I remade the engine for this thing like 3 or 4 different times. This one actually keeps up with the rest, and it's actually pretty fuel efficient, I think. And then the inside, the little hover LUA I used for it, and then we got the right up front where a lot of my battery is in a small dedicated spin blade to help it go backwards and a little bit forward because you can, and then the turning right here on the left and right. Now I have upgraded this to have an AI. It actually took a little bit to get it to have a good AI, so we're gonna go ahead and test it out and just showcase it on something not too big, not too small. I think a Land Marauder, which is 7000 volume. That's what we're gonna try it out on. So here we are. The AI takes over. And ooh, it's just shooting off all of it. Now, this thing is designed to take out shields, but so half of its shots have EMP disruptor heads on them. The other half is still HESH. And if I were to make it all HESH, this thing would probably die a lot faster. But this design was supposed to be able to use for all the way up. It could go for a pretty good time after the fixes I changed. It was having a problem with its turret clipping, but I made some more changes to it, and it shouldn't have that problem anymore. It should be able to efficiently wipe out everything to a certain point. And there, that thing went down. And now it's going to go ahead and take out the little... Wow, okay, that was a spam. That was a bit overdone. Here, going to take out this guy. Oh, poor feller. Wow, he disintegrated. Oh, there's still something left. I thought he took it out completely. Ooh, straight on in the inside. Yes, that's beautiful. Nicely done. Right in there. Just gutted this whole thing inside out. Oh, it still can shoot. I'm surprised. And it ran into it. I don't know why it would run into it. It's set not to do that, but it's fine. It's heavily armored. And now it's going to take on the last little enemy over here. Yeah, well, okay. It's now in range. And boom. Dead. Alright, so that... Oh, no, there's still another one over there. It's shooting little missiles at me. Yes. All the way. Come on. I have it set for a range limitation on the gun, and the reason why I did that is because otherwise I found that it was just because the bullets shoot so fast, and even though I had the recoil down by a lot, but at any range, probably about 300, and it just starts missing dramatically for no reason whatsoever. So I lowered the range on it a good bit. I limited about 300, so it has a very high accuracy rate and can shoot almost non-stop, very consistently. Yep, and that is Tanky. Let's move on to the other one. This was a good solid workhorse for us. It worked for us for a long time, and it was very nice. All right. Okay, so now this design is Sparky Boom Boom Stick. Yes, and if you do not know, that's a reference to Sparky Boom Man from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So, yeah. And the reason why that is because Sparky Boom Man, or Combustion Man, which Sokka eventually names him, was able to cause a massive explosive with his mind. And that was the whole object of this one. It was originally meant as a joke ship, that not to really be used that much, but it actually turned out to be really effective. Now, it is ugly, and as most of the designs in here are ugly, but you've got to remember that the whole object of this was for player-controlled ships that were able to take on the entire battlefield. So it's a one ship taking on an entire battlefield. And so it was made for efficiency, not art. Yes. And that's exactly what it achieves. It cost a little less than Tanky, but it has its place. And I'm going to go ahead and show that. So let's go ahead and spawn in another Land Marauder. And this time, I've also added an AI to it. It's a very unique AI that uses, it's sort of like the AI that, where'd that thing spawn in? Okay, I didn't have it unpaused. Here we go. Here we are. It kind of like the AI that the Rapture uses, if you remember the Rapture from the White Flares. Here we are. And it will wait until it gets into a certain range, and then it'll open fire. That way it actually hits more. Boom! It ended all the tiny ships in one shot. Yes, that's quite pretty. Now we'll shoot this one here. Oops. It has a max range, close range too. So it will not shoot at anything too close, because if it shoots at anything too close, what will happen is it'll damage itself, and you don't want to do that. So it'll begin to back up here now that it was at close range. Now, where's this other guy at? And it will, the other guy's behind it. Okay. Now it'll fix itself and start going towards the enemy, because the other enemy got out of range. Now it'll open fire on this and obliterate it. It'll set full on rage. Here we go. Massive amount of damage in a few seconds. Boom. And that's pretty much disabled this ship. Now that's flak damage. Now you can easily change this to be heavy, just all explosive damage, which may be a good idea. It has no shields, and it would be very easy to add shields. It has the engine power for it. It has a good 700 engine power for it. So that would make it capable of doing that. And it takes a little bit for it to reload here. Shouldn't take actually all that long for it to reload. I'm wondering why it's taking that long. And normally, I just tested it a little bit ago, and it was shooting constantly. There we go. So now I just have a good constant stream of shots here. Ooh. And it can take out this thing, but it'll take a while for it to take it out, because it is flak damage, but it's designed to be a support vessel. And if you go ahead and change it to normal armor and add shields, because at the time I wasn't allowed shields, so I did get heavy armor earlier on in the game, so I used it instead. But changing it to have shields would be a very good idea, and changing it to light metal, it'll function very well as a good support vehicle. It'll blow off almost all the wheels in any given conversation. As you can see, confrontation, yes. As you can see here, it has completely turned this thing into an immobile vehicle, which is very nice. Ooh, there it was backing up to shoot at this guy. That's what that was doing on there. So it finished that guy off. And then it'll come here and it'll just keep shooting at this. But it'll take a while for it to kill it, because of the amount of... There it goes, a good old shot. Ooh. Because this thing has heavier armor on it. And it's not designed to take out heavy armor. Now, if it was just normal heavy shield, or even if you would use armor piercing or Hesh shot, this thing would be really good. And instead of being just a support class, it could be quite the destructive non-support class, but I like it as a flak bomber. It's really nice. I like it that way. All right, so let's move on to the next one I used. And unless we want to sit here and watch this thing just continuously pelt away at this poor little guy. Ooh, wait, it is 2 damaged. I like saying that's funny. All right. So is it seen to take about the same amount of time Tanky took, but it did it in a lot bigger, more explosive. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now this next one is a 3-in-1. It's not, they don't spawn in all, they're all 3 different ones, but they're all the same basic same concept, all made after the same Drake style. It's kind of a rip-off of I looked at the front end of the Obliterator and basically stole it and changed it up to make my own tank. Now the Drake tank was needed because I was fighting the Rapture, and the Rapture kept on shooting straight through my front end and hitting my tank up the tank, ripping off the one, hitting my turret for Tanky, and I'm pretty sure that was mostly bugging. I think it was because my computer wasn't being able to handle the processing, and that bullet was flying straight through 3 layers of armor without actually damaging. I don't know exactly what was happening, but that happened a couple times in my testing. So I made this to counter that, which it means this thing goes forward and it has a lot of armor all the way through here, and nothing's going to be clipping its turret from the front. And even the back actually ends up being pretty tough for it to happen. I've never only had this turret clipped once. And then we have the Drake Starburst. This is just a giant missile launcher. It flies around the battlefield launching a boatload of missiles. And then we have the Drake Burst. The best bomber you have ever seen. I mean, its bombing capabilities are amazing. I have also added a small AI to help it aim, actually get closer to the target, but it doesn't have to get close to the target. So let's go ahead and test it out. Not taking something big or long on this. We're just going to go with a simple beholder. I know they'll totally obliterate it, but that's not the object. It's just to, to show them a little bit. Here we go. Turn it on. Oh, that wasn't even a fair start. It's got his backside to him. This is the beholder. Oh, oops. I started the Drake Earthburst too close to the ground. Now that was dumb. But okay, there went the main cannon for the Drake. For the beholder's main cannon. And the beholder has destroyed all of it. I mean, the Drake Earthburst uses the flak and it's destroyed itself. That's just brilliant. Because I started it so close to the ground and it started to shoot. That was dumb. Oh, it destroyed itself completely. It's not designed to be on the ground. Actually, yeah. Let's redo that. Destroy all vehicles. Yes. That wasn't a quite good thing at all. Alright, let's go ahead and Drake Earthburst AI. Load that in. Let that fly around a bit. Load vehicle. I've got a Drake Star Tank AI, and then we'll load in Drake Earth Starburst. Where is it at? There it is, Starburst. There it is. I think that's the latest version of Drake Starburst. Let everything get in the right position before we load everything up. There we are. That should actually fly a little higher. There we go. Now we can just bring an enemy in. A beholder. Yes. Here we are. The beholder. And there goes the shooting. The Drake Star Tank. It's just shooting at the front end of it. Taking off. It has in its cannon, it's a mixture of disruptor and hash files, so it is going to destroy this thing's shields. And now comes then the Drake Earthburst. It's close to coming in. Here we are. It's launching its payload of bombs, and that will completely rip all the wheels off of the beholder, and it will go down, not be able to move anymore. And there goes its main cannon, and now the Drake Starburst is just launching a continuous barrage of missiles at it. This trio, you would want to build them in and bring them in, but they can handle themselves in the battle. Though I would suggest that you don't have a Drake Earthburst with the Drake Star and all the rest, because what will happen to Drake Earthburst will destroy them. The Drake Earthburst flak cannon bombing flak will do a good amount of damage to everything in the area. Like right now, it just did, well, it actually didn't do too much damage against this thing because it's heavy armor, but as you can see, it did do a decent amount of this. And if you have that thing too close to rip off this engines, and yeah, those missiles colliding into the back there. I wonder how that happened. And I think there goes the beholder. I think it's pretty much already dead. I don't know how much more it can take. Where's the percentage of health on it? And the Drake Star has rammed it like it's programmed to do. It's designed to ram and do a decent amount of damage, and then just get underneath it, because that's one of the tactics I used with it, is ramming the enemy and getting underneath their shields, and then just power driving them from where they're at. Wait, did that thing just repair itself? I just watched some armor come back to it. At least I thought it said. Okay, and I'm not going to sit here and just wait forever for this thing to go dead. We're going to go ahead on to the last two in the design showcase. They're basically the same as well, but they're different variants, and you know them. I don't know, some people hate them, some people love them, people think they're awesome, and some people think they're cheap and cheaty. Oh, dead! I did fit around till it was dead. But I love them. I think the true endgame is just a marvelous work of engineering and efficiency, and just yeah. So let's go ahead and jump on over to that. Now this alien-looking creature here is the true endgame. Yes, you know it quite well if you've been watching my series. I used it to wipe out 3 whole factions in record time. Yeah. This thing is an amazing piece of engineering. I have probably close to 100 hours in its designing and putting it together and redefining it and making it good work. And it shows it too. Now, it has not been upgraded to have an AI. That would defeat the purpose. It is still completely 100% controlled by the player. And it will obliterate any enemy you stick in front of it. Well, you shoot it at. So let's go ahead and put an end to the Rhino, like we've done many times in the past. Let's zoom on out. Here the Rhino has shot at us its first rounds of shooting, but we shoot our first time at the Rhino, and it blows to smithereens. There it goes. And the Rhino has an explosive decompression. Oh wait, no, that's not how that's read. But it is the end of the Rhino. And that is the true endgame. There. That is the end of it. Oh, come on. And now comes in some of the flak to do a little bit more damage, which has had great help. There, it killed off the AI. And I turned a little bit the wrong direction there. But death. Whoa, 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 whoa. Camera mess up there. And we watch it float away and die. Now, that thing was probably about twice our size. No, volume-wise. It's a good amount. It's like 23K volume. Actually, it's about the same size. That's surprising. Oh, whatever. But that is the true end game. You've known it. You love it. You hate it. You think it's cheaty. But whatever it is, I don't know. It took me a lot to figure out how to be able to shoot by player controlled, and I did it. And I think I'm quite happy with it, and that's why I used it so much. Now let's go ahead and jump to the last one, which is pretty much the same thing except for it's all flak, and I just love this thing to death. It's not near as effective as the true end game, the default version, but it's just super fun. And this is the true end game Flak Style. In in the entire Ashes of the Empire campaign system. After I found out the flak was just so fun to play with, I played with it nonstop through the entire series, and this was the culmination of me playing with the flak weaponry. This beautiful, insane thing just pulls up an entire battlefield. As you have seen if you watch some of my episodes, it takes out 3 or 4 tanks at a time. It's just awesomely beautiful. It's just no words to describe it. You have to see it for yourself. So let's go ahead and bring in, let's see, what can we destroy? That's just going to be fun to destroy. I know, we're going to destroy a Land Marauder just because it's going to be fun to destroy it. We're going to destroy a whole bunch of other things alongside it. These are, the reason why I'm going with so low level objects is because I just want to see them blow apart into tiny little bits. Yes. I know it sounds crazy, but it just, look that. Oh, oops. Is it taking a while for everything to load in here? And I have to turn to face them. Here we go. A bit laggy. I've loaded it a little bit too much at the same time. Here we go. Come on, keep turning, keep turning. There we are. Can we shoot? Are we in the angle? Nope, wrong direction. I do have to turn around. Everything's a little bit slow because of how many ships are on screen. There we go. The first launch of the flak weaponry. Just a little bit there. Let's go ahead and aim at the bigger ships. There we go. Now, we're going to unleash a full barrage and then zoom out to see it kill everything. See all them beautiful flak weaponry flying towards the enemy. Whee! And we have explosion. Oh, all those guys just died. Yeah, all one-shotted. And here we are. Boom. Boom. This poor little fella being bounced around as it gets destroyed. Everything slows down to, oh, 2 damaged. Oh, wow. Okay. That was a little bit faster than I thought it would be. That was the boa. There goes the copperhead, I think. A couple copperheads. And there's this over there. But it's destroying this ship here and destroyed that there. There's nothing left on the battlefield already. Oh, okay, wait, there is something. This guy here. Am I shooting? Let me see. No, I don't think I am shooting. There we go, first launch. Alright, here comes an entire ray of flak to kill the poor feller. Oh, it's gonna miss, isn't it? Oh, but it's still not gonna matter. It missed dramatically, but it's still utterly and totally obliterated. Yeah! And I just love that. That's what makes this thing so fun, is accuracy. Nah, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be accurate. Just point and shoot. And you destroy the entire battlefield. And that's just so, that's what makes it so fun. Okay, so I think there's those 2 guys left, and these guys right here. Let's go ahead and destroy this guy right here. What do you mean reloading? You shouldn't be reloading. I'm out of energy. There we go, turning. That's what it's doing. It's turning, not reloading. Seems like lately my thing takes a while to reload, and I wasn't having that problem before. There we go, 1 shot, destroy the poor little feather. And I know it's going to be taking a while to turn on that small little guy. It's just underneath me here. Yeah, yep, nope. It's not designed to really attack the smallest little things on the battlefield, but it can. And I also have it too high. That's not helping much. There we go. Boo! Once it lines up the shot and destroys everything it shoots at. Now let's go ahead and turn to shoot at this thing once more and let it go into oblivion. Blow it into oblivion, not let it go. We're going to blow it into oblivion. We're going to just fire a full on... Oops, I'm not turned too much again. There we go. A full-on blast, just an endless barrage. There we go. A full blast, and go look at it. And watch it finish off this thing. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's 2 damaged. Yes. But we're going to shoot more flak at it just for good measure. An insane... it won't get there in time. Sadly. Oh, it will. It will. Here we come. Oh, boom. It's just insane amount of damage. Cover the entire battlefield in flak. And everything in that battlefield more or less dies. Yeah. And that is the end of the Ashes of the Empire showcase. Those are all the units I used more or less, I think it was, except for, yeah, I did have a modified Raptor, but it's not worth showing. And yeah, that is every unit we used in the Ashes of the Empire. All handmade, designed, all designed to be more or less non-AI controlled, mostly player controlled, though I did kind of cheat the system a little bit with Drake Earthburst and Drake Starburst, and I just wanted to do that because, well, I like the flak, and so yeah, this is all definitely all player controlled after that point. Yes. I hope you have enjoyed this little episode, this little showcase. If you want to download any of these, they'll be in the link down below. Lord Mad Dog signing off.